Hey everyone, and welcome back to Against the Grain. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been too long.
Yeah.
I have slumbered for such a long time.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. It's not like we've had like family life going on and other busy schedules going on. Hello, Aya. Yeah, but we're back. We're going to try and keep it to a schedule, I guess. Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully. We always say we're going to keep it to schedule, and we never keep it to schedule.
Well,
I
well,
mean,
well. It was because like when you had your other job, you weren't free at the weekends.
yeah, it was really awkward. Um,
So like we had to schedule it around like your job and me with my family. So yeah, it was just a lot of things going on.
then I
But
had to move house, and then it was a disaster, you know. So
yeah, but now we're actually doing better. We actually have some free time to actually do these things now. So that's good.
well, I mean, in the hiatus though, I actually did take part in an episode of another podcast, by the way.
Blasphemy!
And I feel like I should just give it a quick plug.
Oh no, not in this. Actually, just go
Just
ahead.
no, it's called the Party Chat on the Tom the Bomb channel, and it's just the episode's called "Has God of War Saved the AAA single player game?"
Ooh.
It's not really so much a podcast, more just like a panel chat kind of thing. I actually plugged this show on that, so
Oh wow!
they yeah,
Actually, you know something
so yeah,
with that
it was the
happening.
only thing I felt like I was known for.
With that happening, what I'm going to do is when Daniel gives me the link to the video, I'll put in the description with the link to the actual YouTube channel and to the actual video.
Yeah. So
So we'll give
you'll
them respect for what they talked about and for what Daniel done. So yeah.
yeah. They let Tom. He let us like plug like everybody that was involved. He let everybody plug their channels in it. So I just briefly mentioned that what my channel was and the fact I had also previously done Against the Grain. So
Ah.
even though it's been on hiatus, so
Yeah, but we're getting back into it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
yeah.
But yeah, so today we'll be talking about E3, seeing as it's only 2 weeks away.
Oh, wonderful.
You know
Yeah.
something? I mean, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it after like all the suspected rumors and leaks and everything.
Hmm.
I mean,
I mean, like, have you heard about some of the leaks though?
well, I heard about the Final Fantasy VII thing, and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah. I
Fuck,
don't think anybody's been happy with the Final Fantasy VII thing. So
fuck CC2. I
CC2.
actually, you know something? I don't know that much about them. But what the rumor is that they what they had done for Final Fantasy VII was completely unusable, which
Yeah.
which isn't really their fault. It's Square Enix fault for giving it to unprepared third party company. So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean that's just the way I see it. Square Enix gave it to them to do the gameplay for, and if it's true that they fucked it up, then it's only Square Enix fault for giving it to them.
Of course. I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of like the Colonial Marine situation.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
true.
who's to blame? Gearbox for what they did, or Sega for giving it to Gearbox?
I mean, it's the same thing with Duke Nukem, the remake, or the reboot, the remake, or whatever it was. There were so many different companies that were working on that.
Hmm.
I mean, that was a Colossus fuck up. But
Uh,
yeah,
well, I mean, that's a game that probably just shouldn't have been released, you know? Because if you've ever like compared like the trailer before the game came out and then the trailer when it was still in development from like 1999 or 2000 or something, and it looks really good.
yeah,
And then when they finally released it, it was like, what happened to that? So
I know it's so bad. But let's kind of give like a brief kind of talk on what's going to happen at E3 because I've got the schedule up. And to what I see is that EA is actually kicking things off on Saturday, June 9th.
yeah, I've got a list here as well. and this is a supposed list of what each company is going to present,
Okay.
and it's debatable how if any of these are actually real.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them might be real, but I don't know if it's one of these things that these were things that were already expected, and that's how they've been able to make it look like it's a real list. But then on the other hand, it could be that maybe like this is a leaked list and they've just thrown in some random shit to try and like throw you off or something.
See, to be honest, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't like kind of be surprised with that. But that if we're gonna do the whole schedule thing on what's gonna happen and who's gonna start up E3, we may as well do it the way it's scheduled. So let's start with EA and some of the things that they're gonna talk about. To be honest, with EA, I kind of see it as a thing where it's just gonna be like, ooh, Star Wars game with loads of loot boxes, and this is going to be the only way you can progress, kind of thing, like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I mean, can they just not have Star Wars anymore? Can we actually just stop making Star Wars stuff in general? Actually, so
Really?
I mean, do you no? Because do you not remember years ago, whenever something Star Wars related come out, it kind of felt special because it didn't come out very often.
Yeah, true. That's
Like the prequels came out. The prequels came out after a very long gap of movies, and then after the prequels were done, we got like a very steady stream of games.
Mm-hmm.
We got like the original Battlefront games. We got the Force Unleashed games, and then it looked like we were getting that Boba Fett game.
Oh yeah, what
And
was
then-
it? Star
and then-
Wars 1313.
Yeah, and then they just cut it off
See, that
because
wasn't well. That was EA, but that was really up to Lucas Art for selling it to EA.
because Disney shut down LucasArts, so they gave it to EA. So
Yeah, so it was EA's fault for that. It was.
very wise decision cancelling a good studio like LucasArts and giving all your shit to EA of all people.
Yeah,
You know.
I know. Fuck. But I'm looking at kind of like what might actually happen. Actually, you know something. One game which is actually being revealed today and will most likely be a couple of days revealed by the time this goes online is Battlefield. Battlefield 5.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. Battlefield is actually on this list of leaks that I have actually,
Really? Fuck.
but it's titled Battlefield 1945, and I find that quite interesting because I saw the thing for Battlefield 5, and it said it's set during World War Two,
Yeah, I saw that also.
and this here says that the game was going to be called Battlefield 1945. So it's like, maybe this list is real then, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen kind of like screenshots of Battlefield 5 or supposed screenshots of Battlefield 5, and it doesn't look like a World War II game. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of getting what they done with Battlefield 1. I wasn't a fan of, except for the online play of it. I wasn't a fan of the story.
Yeah, it was the same with the latest Call of Duty as well. The story was meh, but the online was really good.
Actually, I wasn't a fan of the online version of Call of Duty World War II.
I know, I really enjoyed it just because, which is weird because I don't usually enjoy Call of Duty, but you know.
No, I wasn't a fan. I was more of a fan of Infinity War, the online play of that.
All right, okay.
Just because like you had more ability to kind of like move around and do stuff. While in World War II, it was just go shoot, go throw grenades, kind of thing.
Yeah, in World War Two, it was just kind of. Yeah, but it was just a lot of the time. It would just be you would just run into each other's bayonets and all that. So
exactly, yeah, very very true.
But I don't know. I was obsessed with using the bayonet in that game though. Like if they did like a tally of all the kills I got, 3/4 of them would have been with the bayonet.
Yeah, but I don't know about Battlefield 5. I mean, I've always liked the Battlefield games. I mean, not Battlefield 1, except for the online play of Battlefield 1. That was fantastic. But I've always liked I liked the gameplay, I liked the story. Actually, the one thing I didn't like was when Battlefield 3 came out, they completely changed the music. Like, you know how like in Battlefield it had like this really kind of cool intro music, and then
Yeah,
Battlefield
yeah,
3 came out and it just kind of like made it into like this really glitchy mess.
yeah.
That's the way I can explain it, as it's just this glitchy mess. Go watch Angry Joe's review on it. You know, he mentions it as a complete just mess.
Aye, of course.
But Battlefield 5, I'm looking forward to the review. I'll probably end up, seeing it later on or seeing a trailer later on to find out the actual truth of it. But I think...
No, they've got 2 listings on this leaked list, actually, for Battlefield.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to open the show with a cinematic trailer for Battlefield, and then they're going to end the thing with a multiplayer tournament for the new Battlefield.
Ah, right, okay.
Whether that's real, I have no idea. Everything in between that, I don't know how real it all is, though.
Right. Well. As we said, we'll start with EA, and we'll talk about some of the rumors and the leaks and some of the.
Do you want me? Do you want me to read out the list of leaks?
Yeah, we'll read out the list of the leaks, and we'll kind of go from there to see if we both think they're either false or true.
Right. Okay. So this is for EA on June the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to open with Battlefield 1945 with the cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
Then they're going to announce Star Wars Bounty Hunters Mandalorian Knights. Knights isn't spelled with a K for some reason, so it just makes it look like it's Mandalorian Knights, like it's some kind of like party game or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to talk about Madden, the next Madden, and apparently the things they're going to reveal for that are a franchise mode, improved quarterback arm animation, and new punter interface.
Right. Okay.
I don't know why they're dedicating an entire thing to quarterback animation, but honestly, that may sound fake, but that could be real because I remember. Do you remember when Activision made Black Ops 2? I think, and they kept talking about the animation of the fish.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and they dedicate like a full 5 minutes to it, and it's like, why is this a thing you're talking about? Like, they were talking about how like, oh, when you move towards the fish, they move away, and it's like, yeah, we've been able to do that in games since Echo the Dolphin, you know.
Yeah.
And then they're also going to announce a new Dragon Age.
Okay.
Called Rise of Tiamat.
Okay.
There's apparently going to be a new character creator, a speech from Casey Hudson, and a potential collaboration with Dungeons and Dragons.
Huh. Okay.
Which, and then after that is a cinematic trailer for Anthem, which is apparently is going to be presented by Snoop Dogg and Zac Efron.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And then there's the Battlefield multiplayer tournament at the end. Whether or not any of that is real, I have no idea.
I think they might open it up with a cinematic movie of Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
I think that they will with that. Will they? I don't know. We'll see what happens. What was the second one?
Second one was Star Wars Bounty Hunters Mandalorian Knights.
Why Mandalorian Knights?
Well, because isn't like Boba Fett and Jango Fett Mandalorians, so.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
that could be fake. That I mean,
see when they say Mandalorian Knights, I get the image of another Knights of the Republic.
Yeah.
Because the Mandalorians actually had a massive part in those games.
Yeah, but the thing is though, they're trying to like appease to the new canon now. So I don't think it would have anything to do with the Old Republic kind of stuff, you know.
I don't know what the canon of Star Wars is anymore.
The canon of Star Wars to me anyway is the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and
the 2 new films.
No. The holiday special. That's it. What do you mean 2 new films? There's only the 6 movies in the holiday special. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I don't know what the whole canon thing is with Star Wars anymore, because just because like as someone explains, it's always evolving and changing, and something. I'm fine with that. Just don't go over the top with it. But I'm not. I think the whole Star Wars bounty hunter thing. I think that's going to be fake. I think that's
Right.
false. I think personally, I think that's false.
Hmm.
Just because like I have you usually hear things by now on what's going to happen, and this doesn't sound like anything, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To me, it doesn't anyway. What was the next one?
Next one was the next Madden game.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean they're going to talk about it, but it depends. It's whether or not this stuff that they're claiming they're going to talk about in it is going to be real, such as apparently a franchise mode, improved quarterback arm animation, and a punter interface. So,
To be honest, I mean, I'll give it to E3 for actually investing their time in their sports games. Because they do. I'll give
even
it to
though
them.
it's the same,
Oh,
even if it's the same game every year. So,
it's the same game every year, but I'll give the fact that they invest their time into it. I mean, they try and make some difference in the gameplay in some form, or adding a new mode, or something like that. And I'll
Right.
give them credit for that. I'll give them credit for actually trying. You know, um,
and EA actually trying at something, jeez. So,
they do try it. They do try out their sports games. I mean, as I said, the whole the quarterback throwing arm thing. I kind of see that as true because they try these new things, and if it doesn't work, they'll take them out for the next level of game.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or if it does work and people are quite happy with it, and they want something changed, then they'll do that change for the next game. They won't patch it; they'll just change it for the next game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They do that with the WWE games, I think, quite a bit.
Fuck, I don't want to talk about the WWE games. But I'm not a big fan of EA in general for the kind of poor practices they've done over 2017 and 2000 and so far in 2018.
Yeah, they've done a lot of really dumb things. So,
But as a company that kind of really started in sports games, because the whole EA Sports, it's in the game. They do
yeah, I
kind
mean,
of they do kind of like their sports games, and I'll give them credit for that.
eh.
Do I give them credit for anything else they do? Maybe Battlefield, but that's it.
Eh. Well, but it's Madden, though. I mean,
Yeah,
no one. I don't know anyone in like outside of America that gives a crap about the Madden series. So,
my brother does. My brother actually likes American football.
just why?
I don't know why. It's what he
It's-
likes. I'm not gonna judge him for what he likes because I like some stuff that he doesn't like, and so on and so forth. And it's the same with me and you. You like some stuff that I don't like, and actually, I don't even know if actually there's nothing you like that I don't like. We're pretty damn similar, to be honest.
I didn't like the new Star Wars movie.
I enjoyed it. Was it?
Yeah, there we go. We disagree on something. So.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's a good film. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I enjoy The Room, but it's not a good film,
Exactly. I enjoy Primal Species, but it's a terrible film.
You always talk about Primal Species. I've never actually seen it.
You should watch
Is,
it.
isn't it like the third in a series or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it's
It's like Carnosaurus or something like that. I don't know. I mean,
it's just so good.
somehow they got to free.
Yeah, it's just look. I'll give a bit of backstory, and it was my very first ever DVD. When DVDs,
That's one hell of a DVD to start with.
when DVDs first came out, I bought a DVD player with my pocket money that I saved up, and I didn't have any DVDs, so I went to Global Videos. If you're in your 20s or if you're almost 30, you'll remember Global Videos. It was like the competitor against Blockbusters that didn't do very damn well.
Yeah, I was a Blockbuster guy, so
See, we had Global Videos because that's where it was in Drumchapel. But you know, I went to Global Videos and I wanted to buy a DVD. I didn't have much to
Yeah.
buy on a DVD, and back then DVDs were about 20 quid. So I was like, "There's something. I've got £5. I'm going to buy myself a DVD." And so I looked everywhere, and I saw this Primal Species. The cover looked cool. It was this Velociraptor ripping through the cover, and it looked really cool. And
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then, I didn't know anything about films. I had no clue about films. I liked what I liked, and that was that. And as I watched it, I laughed my ass off, and just because of how bad it was and everything. But the part that I loved so much, just at the fact that they actually tried, was a part where, you know, this really long corridor, and you know, this army guy who's got this M16. He's slowly and tactically going up this hallway, checking every room. This Velociraptor jumps out at him, attacks him, runs off. But this long shot, as you see the army guy shoot at the Velociraptor, as the Velociraptor's running away up the hall, you can see the wheel that's under it. And you can, in the back, you can barely see them, but in the back, you see the prop guys pulling the fucking thing. And it's so good.
I'll give it this. There's plenty of movies that's happened before. Like, did you? There in the first Hellraiser.
Yeah.
When that creature's coming down the hallway.
Yeah.
You can see the wheels at the bottom of it. And it's and that's a good movie, for fuck's sake, you know. So
yeah, right. Okay, back to E3. What was the next one after I made it?
The next one is apparently a new Dragon Age game called Rise of Tiamat. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. So
yeah, don't let my mate Andy hear that because he'll probably end up going off on one of that.
It's either Tiamat or Tiamat. I don't know. So.
I played the first Dragon Age and that was fantastic. The second one bored me, and Dragon Age
Inquisition.
Yeah, I got halfway through that and got bored.
Dragon Age Spanish Inquisition, as I like to call it. So,
as I said, I got halfway through that and I got bored. Well, I like this one if it's actually true. Actually, I believe it might be true. I'm going to say it might be true.
It might be true, but I doubt. I don't know if that title is correct or if the supposed it's going to have a collaboration with Dungeons and Dragons. Does that mean they're making a Dungeons and Dragons video game with the Dragon Age style, or they're making a Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game, but it's the Dragon Age mythology?
Well, to be honest, in the PC version of Dragon Age. And this wasn't in the actual console version, was if you scroll your mouse wheel up, and it would go to like a top-down view, and that kind of gave it a nice kind of feel of like Dungeons and Dragons. In my personal opinion, that's how it felt.
Cool.
And I believe it might be true, the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing. I think it might actually have some story aspects of Dungeons and Dragons.
They could be trying, but at the same time, I still think it could be. The guys behind Dungeons and Dragons are making a tabletop game with the Dragon Age mythology, because they could be trying cashing with how like The Witcher 3's become like a card game and all that. So
yeah, I mean maybe that's true. Maybe it'll actually become a board game instead of an actual video game.
Yeah.
I would actually like if that was true, because I haven't had a decent board game, and the board game I want to really play is Winter Nights. So yeah, if it does become a thing where it's like Dungeons and Dragons, Dragon Age, I might actually buy it. Yeah, I'll see how I feel about that. But do you believe it's true or false?
I'll say true.
I'm going to say true because it sounds like it might be true.
Right.
It has like kind of like, it's not outrageous, and it has kind of, you kind of think it might be true.
Okay.
Was that the last spoiler for EA?
No. The next one is a cinematic trailer for Anthem,
Oh
and then
God.
there's gonna be a presentation featuring Snoop Dogg and Zac Efron.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. Anthem is gonna be crap. It is. I'm sorry, but it is.
So
It's another.
that would have been so much funnier if you like started that said stuff. Let me just give a neutral and unbiased opinion. This is gonna fucking suck.
It, you know, it's the same with Black Ops 4 and what they're trying to do. Anthem is trying to become the next Destiny, and no one, to be honest, in my personal opinion, and people I know, we don't want another Destiny game. We want something new, something fresh, something unique. We don't want that. If the game has co-op, great. If it's got a fantastic single player, even better. But Anthem, I feel it's just going to be like, oh, we're investing 10 years into it, and it's going to get to the end of the first year, and they're going to go, okay, Anthem's dead. You know, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, you went quiet there.
Yeah, no, but like, just looking at it, the character designs look like Destiny.
Yeah.
And but the world looks like Lost Planet too.
Yeah, it actually kind of
It's-
does.
It just looks like they took two games that already existed and smashed them together. So,
Yeah. I mean,
But-
the gameplay that you saw, was it from last E3? I can't remember when they first revealed it.
right.
You know, have you seen the gameplay for it?
Yeah, I have, yeah, but it doesn't really interest me though.
You know how like how flawless it was from going like to air to ground to underwater back up and to ground.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's not going to be that flawless. It's not going to be that smooth.
It's
can't
not
be
even that. It's not even that. It's like even if that's what they're able to pull off,
Mm-hmm.
is that really compelling enough for a whole game that look at this cool mechanic you can do?
No. You have to-
It'd be like if you announced like a Halo game where they show off this cool gun
Mhm.
and then they reveal it's like the main gun of the game,
Yeah.
but that's all they ever talk about. That's not enough to make me want to buy the game just because there's this cool gun in it. You know, it's
Yeah.
They
I
got-
know
they
what
got-
you mean.
whereas just because it's like, oh, you'll be able to jump about and flawlessly go through like different environments with ease and all that, and it's just like that doesn't make me want to play it. That's just like, oh, cool, I'll get to do that at some point in it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I'm not. I don't want to play another Destiny killer, because there's already been too many. There's the Division. There's, as I said, there's Destiny. There's Destiny 2. That's already dying.
Yeah, Bungie are already making apologies for Destiny 2.
Yeah, they're still fucking up. So there's that, and now with Anthem, and I'm not looking forward to it. That's, will it open up with a cinematic trailer? Yes, I do believe it will.
Will be presented by Snoop Dogg and Zac Efron, though.
I believe it possibly might be presented by Snoop Dogg. Maybe not Zac Efron, but Snoop Dogg, yes.
Yeah.
I would see that as a true thing.
Anyway,
Well-
I'm sick about talking about EA. Just
So let's move on to
it's Microsoft the next day.
yeah, Microsoft. It's on Sunday, June 10th, and they're going to have a 3-hour show.
Yeah, these are the leaked stuff from their show.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might. I think they're talking shit with a couple of these things. By the way, okay,
Right. Okay.
because there's one thing on this list that I do think is a real game that's going to happen,
yeah.
but why it's been presented by Microsoft, I have no idea.
Mhm.
So apparently they're going to do a retrospective trailer of the Xbox One about like
Right.
how it's like the history it's went through, even though it's been like only a few years.
Mhm.
Then they're going to reveal Gears of War 5.
I can see that happening.
Then they're going to reveal Halo 6.
I can see that happening.
And then they're going to immediately follow up with an expansion for Rock Band 4.
I don't see that happening.
That's now bear in mind there has been a few spelling mistakes in this, so it could be Rock Band 5
Right.
because it says Rock Band 4 Michael Jackson.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So what it could be is it could be Rock Band. It's made with the Rock Band 4 engine, but it's a Michael Jackson game for Rock Band. And then following that is talking about Destiny 2's DLC. And then apparently following that, and this is the one I'm like, why is Microsoft presenting this? Apparently a game based off of One Punch Man. that's been made by Platinum Games.
Right.
And they're gonna do a presentation for that. Which is then going to be followed up by discussing DLC for Sea of Thieves. Then they're going to do a trailer and a presentation for Crackdown 3 featuring Terry Crews. And then they're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. And then they're going to talk about the Xbox One X. Mm-hmm. So,
right, okay, so let's start with the first two. Gears of War 5 and Halo 6.
Yeah, those are definitely happening. So
that's Microsoft's go-to games. Simple as that. That's their go-to games.
It's like, hey, this makes us money.
Yeah.
Never mind that both series ended with number 3.
Very true. Gears of War 5. I mean, I played the fourth one. I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it as much as the first 3? No. Do I want to see what happens to that group? I would like to see what happens to them and what's going on and where the story is leading them.
Yeah.
And that's just me because I quite enjoyed the game. I even played it on extremely hard. And this is the thing when it comes to me. If I don't like a game, I'm not going to invest my time on playing it in the hardest difficulty because there's no point. But I actually invested my time in playing the main difficulty in Gears of War 4, and I'm looking forward to what it brings to Xbox and how they're gonna become unique. It most likely won't become unique in any single way.
Is it anything unique anymore? I mean,
exactly. But, we'll see. I do believe Gears of War 5 is actually true.
I mean, I'm probably not going to play it. I don't even have a Xbox One, so...
Yeah. You've got a PlayStation 4.
Yeah. And a Switch as well, so...
Yeah, true. You're a Switch person. You're a Nintendo boy.
Hey, the Switch is good, so...
I haven't bought one. I really want to buy one, but I'm not prepared to invest like £200 more into another console.
It's annoying. The remastered version of Dark Souls got delayed for the Switch, and that's what I was going to buy it on because I already have Dark Souls. I already have Dark Souls on PS3, but I felt like the ability to just be like, I need to go out of the house for a while, but I want to bring a game with me. It's like I'll bring Dark Souls with me,
Yeah. See, that's one aspect of Switch I do like is the fact that you can actually bring it with you. But I'm not prepared to. I'm not yet prepared to invest another £200 into another console. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Because the last console I bought was the Mini, the SNES Mini.
Yeah, I bought one of them too. So.
And I left it in Glasgow. So yeah. So.
Right.
Oh. So it's currently in Glasgow at the moment. But Gears of War 5, I do believe it's going to happen.
Okay, cool.
Halo 6. Just let the game die. Just let the series die. Just let Master Chief rest in peace.
Yeah, it's just one of these things that they don't know what they're doing anymore.
Yeah, 343. Just go into another game. Just do what Bungie did and go into another game.
The problem is they're called 343 though.
True.
That's like related to Halo, so it's just God, I don't know, just. I've told you my Halo 5 story, right?
Yeah, you have.
Which is my friend had the Xbox One. He bought Halo 5 and a new controller so I could come round and we were going to play for the campaign. And then he found out that there wasn't any split screen on it. And we ended up having to look up on Google, why is there how do we access split screen? And we found out that they had like kept it quite under wraps that they took away split screen, and everybody was in an uproar about it because it's like that's been like there since day one. You took away a feature, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe that at this presentation they're going to make such a big fucking deal about bringing back split screen. Like, aren't we great for doing that? And it's like, no, you're not, because you took it away like in the last game. So like, I hate it. Oh god, I hate it when companies do that. By the way, when they take away something in a game and everybody hates them, and then the next game they bring it back and they're like, guys, we brought it back. Like, they make a big deal out of it and everybody loves them again. It's like, no, don't love them. They're assholes.
Yeah.
It's the same with Black Ops 4. That got announced that they've taken away some of the stupid stuff that was added into Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
And the audience is like applauding, like, yay! And they're just like, will we have this? We won't. Will we have this? No, we won't. It's not coming back. And everybody's like, yay! They got rid of the stuff we didn't like. And it's like, but yeah, but it sucked though. You know, like, you should be angry they did it in the first place. You know, so
Yeah.
don't forgive them for that just because the next game. Just vote with your wallet. You know. So
Right. Okay. Here's the thing. This is my plea to Free for Free. Right, okay, this is my plea to Free for Free. If you're going to do a Halo 6, and if it's true, make it about Master Chief. Don't have Locke. I mean, have him as a character in the game. Just don't have him as a playable character at all.
yeah,
Not at all. Just not at all, because, you know, the way you marketed Halo 5, it felt like you had a choice on who you wanted to go. And that was fine. You market that way, fine. But
yeah. I thought Locke was the villain from the trailers. You know, so
yeah, I mean, the way I got with the marketing of Halo 5 was like, it was going to be this, you know, this cut down the middle campaign where you chose your character and you went through their story, and
Yeah, like-
parts you would meet up.
yeah. Halo 2 had the Arbiter levels.
Exactly. That's the way I kind of saw.
I know a lot of people hated those back then, but in defense of that game, it's like you did play as Chief more often.
Yeah.
The Arbiter levels were just to explain what the Covenant were doing, you know. So
yeah, and as I said, I kind of got the feeling like once you start up a new single player, you got to choose who you wanted to go, Locke or Master Chief. You chose who you went and you followed their campaign. There wasn't any like, you know, you went Master Chief one mission, then you would switch to Locke. It was just going to be, you picked your character and that was it. You went through the campaign.
yeah,
And when I played through it, and I knew it was going to be like 80% Locke and 20% Master Chief. And you know something, I was like, that's fine. Just let's make sure Master Chief has epic levels. And I was playing through it, and I realised that Locke was getting all the cool stuff, and he was getting all the cool intros and all this, the cool levels. And then there was one mission where you finally go meet Cortana, and it's a fucking walking simulator. And I was so angry that I literally turned off my Xbox, and I didn't finish Halo 5 for another 2 weeks because I was so pissed off with that. I was like, you fucking serious?
maybe it's a good thing they took away split screen, saved me having to play it, you know. So
You fucking know. And here's my plea to Free for Free. As a fan of Halo, as a fan of growing up, as the reason why I bought the original Xbox.
wait, did you just say as a fan of growing up?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, as a fan of Halo growing up, I should have said.
Sorry, that's just a really funny statement to make.
Yeah,
I was a fan of growing up.
As a fan of Halo growing up, and the reason why I bought an original Xbox.
Yeah, same.
Make Halo 6 about Master Chief and his last run.
No, there'll be a Halo 7.
No, that's fine. If there's a Halo 7, fine. Settle the story with Master Chief and Cortana.
Yeah, it was called Halo 3.
I mean,
That ended with Master Chief and Cortana on like a ship, and he puts himself into cryo sleep. It ends the way the first one started.
True.
It felt very poetic, as George Lucas would say, the wise words of George Lucas. It's sort of like poetry; they rhyme. Each stanza rhymes with the last. It's
Yeah.
that's
Um,
what that's what it's like. So
but in my personal opinion, end it. Just end Master Chief and Cortana's story. Finally, just end it. Finally.
they won't. Halo is Microsoft's Mario, unfortunately. So
I know, but still, I mean,
they're obligated to make it.
Because here's the thing, right? Say they do end Master Chief and Cortana's story, right? That's fine. That's fine. I'll be happy with that. I'll feel at peace to continue another Halo game with another character. I will be happy. To be honest, I would actually be happy if a Halo 7 came out after this and say they do what I plead them to do, and you got to go Buck. You got to go Nathan Fillion in the next game. I would actually love that.
People just want to play as Nathan Fillion in a game. That's the thing. So
Nathan Fillion is awesome. He's God. But yeah, Halo 6, I do believe they'll actually show it. Am I happy about it? No.
I know. Anyway, honestly, the other stuff doesn't really interest. It just says like DLC and stuff we already know about. The rest of the list.
Right. Let's not talk about.
Let's talk. Before we move on to the next one, because the next one's Bethesda. I really want to talk about Bethesda. Let's talk about if we think it's actually true if Microsoft is presenting the One Punch Man game being made by Platinum Games.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like that, it just feels so random that they're letting Microsoft present it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that Microsoft gave Platinum Games $10 million to have an exclusive One Punch Man game, or One Man Punch, or whatever it's called.
I don't know. I mean, if there's a One Punch Man game, I kind of get the feeling it would need to be on PS4 as well, because that's one of the most popular consoles in Japan, and One Punch Man. Putting a Japanese IP on a Western-based console is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah.
It needs the sales in Japan, but it just seems like such a random thing to just throw in the middle of the show. So
I know. Actually, you know something? I'm not looking forward to playing. Actually, I'm not looking forward to even seeing Crackdown 3, but I'm looking forward to seeing Terry Crews present it. That man is awesome. I'm sorry, but he's probably like, one of the best actors and one of the best people in the world.
When you play the game and you go into character creator, they'll have like default skins. He'll be like the first default skin probably. So
telling you to use Old Spice. But
anyway,
I don't want to talk about Microsoft anymore.
I really want to move on to Bethesda.
Okay, so we'll move on to Bethesda now.
So they're on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to start off with a demo for Quake and a presentation for Quake.
Really, they're actually bringing Quake back?
Well, yeah, they already have. It's called Quake Champion. It's called Quake Champions. It's like it's a multiplayer exclusive game on the PC.
I never played that.
You can play as Doom Guy and BJ Blazkowicz and all that.
Right. Okay.
It looks a lot like the old like Quake multiplayer used to play. There's no campaign in it.
Yeah.
It's a Apparently, the game's the way it runs, they can't put it on consoles, so it's going to be PC exclusive. I don't think it's going to bother many people because a lot of people play Quake on PC anyway. So
yeah, I recently bought Quake 4 on PC. So yeah.
Yeah. Don't you get like a free version of Quake 2 with Quake 4?
Yeah, I think
it's a pretty sweet deal actually. So
yeah. But that I didn't know. That I'm actually looking forward to Quake, the new Quake game.
Then they're gonna present DLC for Elder Scrolls Online.
Fuck off.
And they've got something here
Mm-hmm.
called Starship City, The Last Starfighter. And apparently Todd Howard's going to present that.
Right.
And I have no idea what it is. Like, Starship City? It's like, well, that doesn't sound like something Bethesda would make, so...
Maybe it's an RPG, somewhat like...
maybe like a
Dangerous.
good version of No Man's Sky, so...
Actually, anything
I,
could be better than that fucking game.
All right, and then this is where the announcements start to get like, what
Yeah.
is apparently they're going to announce a new Fallout.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but it's going to be called. It's going to be set in El Paso.
Actually, I think it's going to. There was rumors it was going to be like the next New Vegas game.
Yeah, and so it's called New Evil El Paso, so like New El Paso. I don't know how true that is, but it'd be interesting if it was true.
Yeah. They might. Well, I know for a fact. I know for a fact Bethesda will reveal some form of Fallout, and because there's this the whole Fallout 3 anniversary, because it's like 10 years anniversary. I think, is it 10 years? Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. And I know they're bringing out an anniversary edition for PS4 and Xbox One.
And then their next things, they're apparently going to announce Morrowind HD, which is also going to be presented by Todd Howard. I don't know how real that is. I kind of get the feeling Todd Howard's going to come on stage and he's going to say Morrowind HD, and then he's gonna show clips on the screen of it, and everybody's going to be really confused because it's just Skyrim footage. And he's going to be like standing there just like, there you go, this Morrowind HD, and everybody's like, wait, that was Skyrim footage, and he just goes, what are you talking about? And it's just, I'm not trying to sell you Skyrim again, So, and then this is where like the I kind of get the feeling the list might have some truth to it. It says Rage 2 here, and this leaked list got published before Rage 2 got announced.
Right. Okay. So what? So it was Rage 2. What's next?
It apparently just ends with Rage 2 for them. So.
Right. Okay. So what was the first one again?
Quake Champions.
Okay. Quake, I do believe will actually happen because.
There's already been like a beta for it that people have been playing. So.
Right. Okay. With the success of Doom, I do believe there will be another Quake.
Yeah, I think the reason they've made Quake a multiplayer only one is because besides the first Quake, I don't know if anybody really gives a crap about the campaigns of like the other Quake games.
I quite like Quake 4, the campaign.
Yeah, I heard Quake 4 was pretty good. I know Quake 3. I think Quake 3 is the same in that it's only multiplayer.
Yeah, it's Quake Arena.
Yeah, Quake 2. I don't know many people that like the Quake 2 campaign.
I can't remember it.
It does. It has good music. I'll give it that. The Quake 2 campaign. I think people's problem with the Quake games has been how like the first one is like, it's very like, it's like Lovecraft's version of hell basically.
Yeah.
And then starting from Quake 2, they just said fuck it and made it a space shooting game with horror elements thrown in occasionally.
Yeah.
And they never went back to the old like creepy castle kind of setting and all that.
Yeah.
I think there's even a thing where Quake 2 wasn't developed as Quake 2. They just added the Quake name onto it so they could sell it.
Fuck's sake. Okay, so do you believe it's true or not?
Yeah, they're gonna do a big Quake thing. So.
Right. Okay. I do believe it's true because something I would actually like to know that there was another Quake game coming out. What's the next one?
Next one was the Elder Scrolls Online DLC.
Ignore that.
And then after that was the Starship SETI, it's called. The Last Starfighter.
Right, okay, I don't know anything about that at all.
Yeah, I mean, that could be fake. Who knows, so...
Yeah. And hearing it, I feel it's going to be either a No Man's Sky game or it's going to be a Elite Dangerous game.
Maybe, I mean, like... Or it could be Skyrim again. They tend to do that.
Yeah. What was the next one? Fallout, did you say?
Yeah, Fallout Navarro El Paso, apparently.
Okay. I'm going to say false on the name, but I do believe they might show some form of Fallout.
Yeah.
I think it might be either New Vegas 2, or they'll show off like HD graphics of Fallout Anniversary. That's just me. I think they'll kind of put, you know, the graphics they had in Fallout 4. They'll just use that same engine for Fallout 3.
Yeah. Right. Cool.
And that's how I kind of see it.
And then the next one is apparently Morrowind HD.
To be honest, I don't care. I really don't care.
And then, I mean, I know Morrowind's like the fan favorite. So now, and then it got the mainstream attention with Oblivion. So a lot of people have always kind of wondered, maybe I should go back and play Morrowind, and this could like be a way to make Morrowind more accessible. Because I've heard Morrowind's kind of a hard game to get into because you don't even get a map.
It is. It's incredibly hard. I bought it for like £5 off Steam, and as a massive RPG fan and someone who knows the mechanics of RPGs, Morrowind pisses me off. Because I've never known an RPG game that lets you kill off main story people. Like honestly,
that's kind of cool actually. So
it is cool. I like that because when I first played it, I was much younger than what I was. I bought it for Xbox just because it looked cool. It was the first major open world RPG game I ever played, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I need to make money fast, and it seemed like the only way to make money fast was to kill people and take their stuff and sell it.
Right.
And as I was going through one of the cities, I realized that one of the guys was a main story person, but he had really cool stuff, and I wanted that cool stuff because I wanted to be rich. So what I did was, I didn't think there was going to be like a consequence to me killing him. I thought the only consequence was me going to go to jail. I thought that was only going to be the consequence.
What? Could you not beat the game? Like...
I'll get to it. So I killed him.
Right.
And just out of nowhere, something pops up, and it tells me that that because you've killed this character, you can't progress in the game, and something happens, and there's no way to continue the quest. There's no way to continue your journey. So you're practically, stuck in this place where you're not going to progress in the story whatsoever. It literally just goes, well, you fucked up. But Morrowind HD, possibly. I will give it possible.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're going to conclude it with a Rage 2 presentation.
I'm not looking forward to Rage 2. It doesn't appeal to me.
I never played the first Rage, so
I played the first Rage and that actually was cool, but this one just doesn't look good. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look good.
I mean, like, it's interesting that the Bethesda's taking a chance on all of like Ed's properties like that. But it's still just kind of like, I mean, it's Rage, like I think it's one of those games that like has potential, but it remains to be seen if it can like fulfill the potential. It's one of these games that's kind of like, I don't know why it exists when Borderlands is a thing.
Yeah, you do have a point there. I enjoyed the first one. Was it anything special to me? No. Was it a fun game to play? Yes, for like 5 minutes. But I'm not really looking forward to this. I saw like the first teaser was like all the different characters throwing like different color sand in the air. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck's going on in this? What the fuck is this? And then like the gameplay trailer came out and I was like, I have no idea what's going on in this. There's just so much going on. Like, so much.
Yeah. I mean, it is called Rage, but
But But yeah, so I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. I'll say I'm looking forward to Quake. That is one thing I'm looking forward to. If that's true, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I might need to actually get a good PC now just to play Quake. So
I'll probably end up building a PC later in life and then playing it.
just to play Quake. So
Yeah, just to play Quake.
um,
So let's get into the.
but anyway,
Actually,
after Bethesda Square Enix on June 11th,
it's what is it? Something digital?
something digital or
Yeah, it's Microsoft, Bethesda, and is it the
Square Enix apparently is next. So
no, Square Enix is on Monday.
all right, June 10th ends with Bethesda according to this. So
I've got one here. I don't know who this is. I'm just going to ignore it because I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Let's ignore the one I've got here. Let's ignore the one that's after Bethesda, and I'm going to say let's ignore PC Gaming Show because we're both not really PC gamers.
nah, of course. So
I'm more console. I do have a good laptop that plays decent PC games, but I barely play them.
aye.
But we're just going to ignore these two, and let's go on to Square Enix.
Right, so they're probably going to show. They're going to show Just Cause 4, which this could be obviously it's true because this list got put out before Just Cause 4 got announced. I think actually.
Yeah, and then like Walmart leak like the cover of it.
Yeah, they accidentally leaked it as well. So, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake, and then apparently they're going to reveal another Final Fantasy remake.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor is that it's going to be 8.
Really?
Yeah, it's so weird that if this is true, okay, that because the 7 remake isn't even fucking out yet, and according to this, they want to announce an 8 remake, which is like you fucking idiots, you know.
Right. Okay.
But the thing is though, it's like I think they skipped 5 and 6.
6? It should be. No,
because they remade the first 2 in PSP, then they remade 3 and 4 on the DS, and now they've done. Now they're going to do 7, and now if this is to be believed, they're going to do 8, and it's like, what happened to 5 and 6?
Right. Okay.
Do you just not give a shit? You know, like.
Is that the only thing that they're presenting? Is
No. No. After that, they're also going to talk about One Punch Man. Apparently, they're going to reveal an Avengers game called Age of Reckoning.
Okay.
Then they're going to do a Shadow of the Tomb Raider presentation. They're going to do Nier Automata 2.
Right, okay.
And they're also apparently going to reveal a new Final Fantasy Tactics game, which I think is bullshit. Because, to me, Final Fantasy Tactics is something that, if Square Enix gave a shit about it, they'd milk it every single year.
Right, okay.
You
so
know? let's
ignore One Punch Man, because you know the anime is great by itself. Will it be a great game? No.
People will buy it not knowing what it is. I'm wondering why they can't one punch every single enemy. So
exactly. So let's ignore One Punch Man for the moment, and let's talk about. And to be honest, I don't really want to talk about Crackdown 4.
Just Cause 4.
Just Cause 4, Crackdown 4. Just Cause 4, I'm not a fan of the game. I know people that are. I'm not a fan of it. It's just another open world destruction game.
Aye, of course, yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the story.
I take it you're looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3, though. So
Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm a massive fan of. I can't wait for it. I can't. I'm looking so forward to it, and all the gameplay footage you've seen of it, I can't wait for it. I can't wait to.
Here's the thing to put a bet on with it, though. Do you think it will conclude the story, though?
Well, I think it can. It will conclude the story. No. Do I believe there will be more confusion? Yes.
I mean, they just need to make it more streamlined. Give it a nice conclusion, and then people might look back in the story as being quite good, you know. It
It won't answer every single question, but I do believe there will be several characters returning to this game. I believe that Aqua will be returning back to it.
Huh.
If you know who Aqua is.
I've got like a fair idea of who Kingdom Hearts characters are, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what Aqua does or anything. So
Right. Okay. So you had the original 3 technically. I would say these are technically the original 3 if you ever played Kingdom Hearts, and how you can go by the story. You had Aqua, you had Ventus, and you had Terra.
Right.
And these characters are the characters of Sora, Riku, and Kairi, technically.
Right.
Terra becomes the new. Is his name Zeomore, whatever his name is, I can't remember. Ventus falls asleep, and he part of him goes to Sora, and Aqua gets trapped in the Dark World. Where if you played the one that came out for PS4, you got to play as Aqua in the Dark World, where she gets locked in the Dark World with Mickey and Riku at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I do believe that Aqua will be returning in this game.
Okay.
Because if Riku and Mickey got out of the Dark World, then she would have gotten out of the Dark World.
Right.
Ventus will return, and I believe that maybe Terra will return, possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
But I do believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out in 2 versions. It will have the Western version, and it will have the Japanese version. And the Japanese version will have everything included, and the Western version will always have the whole it won't have small pieces in it as it did when it first got released.
Okay.
But that's what I believe, and I'm looking so forward to it because it looks fantastic. I mean, if you haven't played it, Daniel, if you haven't played through the games, go play them right now. Actually, I'll give you a line of the games so you can go play
right
them.
This very moment, you want me just abandon the podcast?
Abandon the podcast and go spend a week playing the games.
All right, okay. I'll just go do that right now. You okay presenting by yourself then?
Yeah, I'll be fine presenting.
All right. Okay. See you later then.
Do you have the games? No. Oh god. Okay. Right. So, Final Fantasy VII. God, that's a clusterfuck and a half. Daniel, come back. Really?
All right, I'm back. I just realised I don't have the games. So
yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. I really am. I'm going to invest about 3 weeks into it.
Right.
But let's go on to Kingdom
just 3 weeks. So
probably a lot more. Let's put it that way. I'm going to literally disown my daughter just to play this game.
Jesus.
That's not true. Don't hate me. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. But let's stop talking about Kingdom Hearts and let's start talking about. Right. Okay. Let's start talking about the Final Fantasy games.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's put them together. So we got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VIII Remake.
Well, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's only Episode 1 they're talking about. They're still going for the episodic format. So
right. Let's ignore the whole episodic thing. I think it's complete crap. Is it going to happen that way? Yes. Do I think it's a bad idea? Yes. But let's ignore that kind of aspect of the game. And let's go from Final Fantasy VII Remake to 8 to Tactics. Okay? So, Final Fantasy VII, if you're a fan, you've looked at the rumours. The gameplay part of it has been complete and utter ruined by CyberConnect 2. That's the rumor that's going about right now.
Great job, guys.
Do I believe it? I don't know. I don't want to believe it because that means the game I've been waiting for so long, I'm going to have to wait longer for it. And that just makes me upset because it was the first ever Japanese RPG game that I really got into and I loved.
Mhm.
So I don't really want to think about the fact that this game could be delayed until over 2020.
Right.
I don't want to be thinking that. I mean, have you played Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah. I played it. Yeah. I mean,
Did you finish it?
no, I haven't finished it. No.
There you go.
I just. Look, it's a good game and all that. I just like. I think, had I played it when I was a kid, I think I would have loved it. Mm-hmm. But just when I got older and I played other RPGs and all that, and I was just like, it's all right, you know.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be bothered really investing in it and all that. I'm just kind of one of these people that just kind of accepts it's a great game, you know. So
yeah. But I think the gameplay aspect of it might lend a lot from Final Fantasy 15.
See, all they had to do with the Final Fantasy VII remake, they don't need to reinvent the fucking wheel. Just make it like it used to be, with just up to date graphics, like they did with the Crash Bandicoot remake. Yeah. Make it so that people no longer need to go back and play the original. That make the definitive version, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, because the Crash Bandicoot remake, I don't need to play the originals anymore, which I never thought I'd say because I have such like amazing nostalgia goggles for those. But it's like I prefer it so much how like all three of them play the same now.
Yeah, that's
rather than they all kind of feel different when you go back and play the other ones. So it's like I like that consistency across the three of them, and I hope it's going to be the same with the Spyro remake.
Yeah, I think it will be.
So it's Square Enix has a fear of turn-based battle systems now. They don't want to make a game with a turn-based battle system, and it's like, guys, do you know why the turn-based battle system was a big part of RPGs for years? Because it was good, you know? Yeah. Like, it worked, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they tried reinventing the wheel with, like, Final Fantasy, was it 12 they kind of started that?
Yeah, actually, I quite like 12.
12 is good, but, like, it was kind of weird, just like, wait, what? This is what you're doing now? And then, ever since then, they've always tried to, like, do that, but they change it every single time. Yeah. And it's like, just go back to the turn-based system with like the meters and waiting your turn and all that, depending on which characters, what speed and all that. Like, it was interesting, you know. Some people might argue, oh, turn-based it's boring, you know, like, oh, having to wait for my turn and all that. It's like, no, it's actually quite exciting. It's like, you need to pay attention to. I know, like, a good example is the first Final Fantasy, actually. Because in that game, if you attacked an enemy and you killed him in your shot, and then your next guy, you had selected them to attack the enemy, they're just going to attack a blank space. Mm-hmm. And some people might say, like, oh, that's stupid. You know, like, they should just program the character attacks the next enemy on. But actually, that's quite genius, because that means you have to pay attention to enemy health and what you're doing in the battle.
Yeah.
So there's a way to make turn play based RPGs like compelling, but Square Enix seems to just have like their fingers in their ears, going la 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 la, not listening, la 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 la, not listening, la 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 la, not listening.
Very, very true. I really hope they show something and give it a release date to at E3. I really do.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. So.
Or at least if the whole episodic thing, I know I said let's ignore it, but if it's going to be an episodic thing, I hope they announce like the start, like the release date of the first episode. Because if it is, then great, I'll have something to look forward to with Final Fantasy VII. If not, then I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm giving up slowly. Do I believe it will be shown there? I do believe it will be shown there.
Yeah.
Will it be anything big? No. Okay, so the next one is Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, I mean...
Do I believe it's real? Fuck no.
I mean, yeah, they haven't even released the 7 remake, and that's already going... That has the potential to go through development hell, basically, so...
It's already going through development hell. If you believe the rumours, it's already going through development hell.
But what I mean is, like, it's going to get delayed further and further and further to the point where they're just going to cancel it eventually. So
fuck! Don't say that.
No.
Don't say that. Remake. Do what they. I mean, I don't understand why Square Enix did this. I bought Final Fantasy VII and I bought Final Fantasy IX on PS4. Okay, and for ages, I've wondered why they haven't done it for Final Fantasy VIII.
Because they're going to remake it.
I hope not. I hope that's not the reason why Final Fantasy VIII is not being like had a HD remaster of it. You know.
Bear in mind, this leak list has had a few like spelling and mistakes it so far, so maybe it says remake project, but maybe it means remaster project. So maybe they're actually finally releasing a remaster of it.
I hope that's what they mean, because then I would actually have a collection of it. But here's the thing, right? If you're going to remake a Final Fantasy game, in my personal opinion, is the two games that you really want to remaster and remake, and that is Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VI, or if you want to go back to when it first got released, Final Fantasy III.
The problem is I don't know how much Square seems to be aware that Final Fantasy VI is like really well loved.
It's the first Final Fantasy game where you actually fail.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the darker Final Fantasy games. So
exactly. But if it's true, the whole remake thing for 8, I don't know. I really don't want it.
yeah.
I know someone who would want the game, and that would be my fiance's brother. He loves that game, so he would be over the freaking moon for Final Fantasy 8.
Wait, what does he like about it?
He thinks it's the best Final Fantasy game.
I think 8's one of the dumber ones.
I thought Final Fantasy X-2 was.
yeah, but that was like going out of its way to be dumb, though. You know.
No, that was
whereas 8 takes itself very seriously.
True, but I quite liked it. I didn't enjoy the story as much. And there were some characters that I really didn't enjoy. I didn't like Zell. I didn't like the sniper guy.
Yeah. Did you like how they were all from the same orphanage growing up, but they had no idea that was a thing?
I mean, it was a nice twist, but I saw it coming.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense though. How did they all forget? I mean, like,
it doesn't explain. I can't remember if it explains it in the game.
Yeah.
But I don't want it. If it's a remaster like Final Fantasy VII, what they've done with Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, I accept that. I'll accept that. If it's a remake, no, because it's just going to be another Final Fantasy VII remake, and it's just going to go into development hell, and it's going to get cancelled. And Final Fantasy Tactics, I never played it. I played the original. I can't really say anything.
I know the original Final Fantasy Tactics is a good game, but it's really difficult. I don't even know how I got even to the halfway point in that game years ago, because I tried playing it again last year actually, because I re-downloaded it on my Vita. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this game is fucking hard. Like,
is it Dark Souls hard?
Yeah, like I don't even. Is it? It could just be that I'm just really bad at the game, I think. But
is it the fact that we're getting old and we're just getting bad at games?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, but it's I don't know. I'm fearful for it though. If they do another tactics game, my prediction is that they'll, because what you did was in Final Fantasy Tactics, there was RPG elements. You build up your own characters and stuff. And your army was made up of a combination of story characters and your own little platoon, and you could like buy soldiers, and they all start off as squires, but then you could upgrade them and use like the job system, and you can give them different jobs and stuff, and it was quite cool. My prediction is going to be that Square Enix are going to do like a loot box system kind of thing, where you're going to recruit a new character, and instead of just getting your squire that you can build up, they're gonna give you like some guy with random stats, and you can't pick his job. Like you're like so like for instance, you want to train up a squire so you can make a black mage or something. You download the thing and it just gives you a fucking white mage,
Oh,
and you can't change him. I bet they do. I bet they do some shit like that.
fuck. Something, you explain it like that, it just makes me go, oh, I feel bad for the future of video games.
Because it's just like, why would they bring back Final Fantasy Tactics after years of people begging them to do it? And it's like, could it be that they've seen like the things that EA are doing on it, and just like, wait a minute, if we bring back Final Fantasy Tactics, we can apply this model to it. You know, that's just what I think. So,
I mean, it's a good way of thinking, and it's a good way of kind of analysing what's going on in the gaming industry as a whole now.
yeah, of course.
But I don't think they will do it because the Square Enix doesn't really have many loot box games, or do they?
No, I don't. Well, they have mobile games that are like that.
Yeah, but that's
They're-
mobile games.
I know, but at the same, they're still guilty of the practices though. Even if it is mobile, it's just like they've yet to transition those ideas into. I mean, they're already kind of getting to the fact they're making a lot of their games episodic when they should be just full games. Like the new Hitman game, people have said there was no reason for that to be episodic.
Yeah.
It's stupid. So
But yeah, and here's the thing, and I don't really want to talk about the new Tomb Raider game. It doesn't interest me. It didn't. The remake interested me, but the second one didn't.
and then Near Automata 2. I mean, that'll be interesting, but like I've still to play the first Near Automata game.
I'm the same.
And it's annoying. It's annoying because it looks like my kind of game. So
I know it does really look like your kind of game.
like I've been told some really crazy stuff about it. Like apparently, you beat the game, and then you have to go back and play it again immediately because your second playthrough is completely unlike the first one.
Oh wow!
And apparently you can do that for every single playthrough. Every single playthrough, things will happen differently, and that's the whole point of the game and all that. And it's like that sounds really freaky and weird, and I kind of like the sound of it.
Yeah.
I played the demo though. The demo was really good, but it didn't make any sense though because the main character fucking dies at the end of the demo. But I'm like, maybe that's the whole thing I'm getting told about how you need to play the game multiple times and all that. Like there's this game called Baroque where it's kind of this weird roguelike game, and if you die, that's actually important to the plot.
All right. Okay.
And it because there's like this weird kind of thing going on where you occasionally get like a cutscene of like these people in a lab and stuff, and they're like growing something in a lab, and I think it's like trying to imply that you're like a clone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you die, you're just getting cloned again, and it's like that's actually quite interesting, you know. But so maybe like Nier Automata, something like that. Maybe there's like this weird kind of timeline loop thing going on with it, and it's all about like the main character's like aware that they're in a time loop or something. I don't know. I mean, I've not heard anything about time travel being involved with it, but I'm just like maybe that's why all your playthroughs are different or something. It's always something like that. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to play the first one before I get like invested in the second one. But we'll see.
But anyway, and apparently they're announcing an Avengers game as well.
I think it's gonna. I think it will end up just getting cancelled because when the first Avengers movie came out, they had this idea of like a first-person view.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Avengers game, and that looked pretty cool. Then it got cancelled. I feel that's going to happen here.
Right.
They'll announce it. They'll show gameplay. Then they'll have nowhere to go with it, and they'll cancel it. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't know much about it. What's it called? Avengers
Age of Reckoning.
Age of Reckoning. I don't know. I think that'll be. I think any game that Square Enix brings out, I think maybe that game will have loot boxes.
God, I know it's a horrible state of affairs of Square Enix. So,
Yeah.
um,
Seeing as we've just talked about Square Enix, are you looking forward to the games that Square Enix is actually going to present, or saying they're going to present?
if they see if they did reveal another Final Fantasy Tactics game and it was the real deal,
Yeah.
like it didn't have any bullshit DLC microtransactions or anything in it, it was just like a full-fledged Final Fantasy Tactics game, I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
But because I have no faith in any gaming company right now, I don't think it's going to be that. So
Yeah. But let's get in. Do I really want to talk about Ubisoft?
there's one thing with Ubisoft I want to talk about.
Right. Okay. So
And
what's the lineup for Ubisoft?
Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs 3, Just Dance, something called Steep, Final Descent, The Division 2, and Skull and Bones.
Right. Okay.
The only one I really want to talk about is Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, they ruined Blacklist.
No, but it's like amazing how they're bringing back Splinter Cell right when Metal Gear Solid fucking died.
Very true.
It's like it just feels like they just waited. Like Ubisoft were like, we kind of see that Konami is about to kill off Metal Gear Solid, guys. Maybe it's time we brought back Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Because if you know about the DLC for Ghost Recon Wildlands, that's a crossover with Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
And they got Michael Ironside to come back and reprise the voice, which that was already a good sign because they didn't have him back for Blacklist.
Yeah, no.
Which was a horrible decision, you know. And Michael Ironside has already been like doing interviews about it, about the DLC, and everybody, and he's been like saying stuff like "I am Sam Fisher." Like it's like, oh yes, this is good. This is very, very good, you know. And I like the little moment he has where it's just like, no, they don't make them like me anymore. There was this other guy, he wore a bandana or something, Army Infiltration, and it's like, oh yeah, I heard he retired. He's like, really? I'm the only one left. And it's like, no, Sam, don't be sad. No. So it's like, if Metal Gear Solid's gone now, and Ubisoft is willing to make amends with Splinter Cell, I'm looking forward to it. As long as it's a proper Splinter Cell game, though, I kind of get the feeling because Ubisoft, every single one of their games is open world, we're going to get an open world Splinter Cell game. But to me, Splinter Cell works best when it's like really isolated corridors and stuff.
Yeah.
Finding like pathway, like the reason Splinter Cell why I like it is because it's like you've got like a corridor, right? In any other game, you would grab your gun and run down the corridor and shoot a bunch of shit. Yeah. But with Sam Fisher, it's like, right, how do I get down this straight line without anybody seeing me? And be it the obstacles on the straight line you need to hide behind, or maybe there's like routes you're not seeing right away and stuff, and it's like, whereas I think if you make it open world, you would just take that away from it.
Yeah,
it worked for Metal Gear Solid because they update like it felt like a natural extension of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4's problem is that the gameplay was updated so much it didn't fit the game design. So when they made 5, it was like they put like what worked in 4 into the open world. It's like, right, this was what 4's problem was that the gameplay was not suited to the corridor based stuff and the linear stuff, whereas I know Splinter Cell needs to be very, to me it just needs to be very isolated and contained, and it needs to be quite, Sam Fisher needs to feel really heavy, you know.
Yeah,
especially now that the character's meant to be a lot older as well. So
very true.
It's also weird because like you played Conviction, right?
Yes, I
did.
Yes.
For a lot of people, Conviction kind of ended the story.
It kind of did, yeah.
And so that's why Blacklist was quite shocking. It's like, wait, why are you making another one? And I actually thought it was a prequel because it was a younger sounding voice and he looked younger. But then I found out that no, it was a sequel to Conviction, and I'm like, wait, why? You know, I don't know how much they'll actually talk. You see if this game, I think they are going to review a new Splinter Cell because the whole Ghost Recon thing, but and how positively that was received. But I just wonder, are they going to acknowledge continuity with Conviction? Because I know Michael Ironside isn't actually a big fan of Conviction. I know he's a voice actor; he doesn't really get a say in like story and all that. But I've heard, and I think a lot of people agree with him though, is that Sam is really violent in Conviction.
Oh, he is.
He kind of becomes like Rambo in that one. And because I do remember playing it, and I it was a good game. It was a fun game, but like there's so many scenes where you're just like beating the shit out of people, or like you don't really have to sneak by anything. You just get your gun out and you just shoot everything. And
I think,
and I'm just like, when did Sam Fisher become John Rambo? You know.
see, to be honest, I mean, if you look at the games and like the progression of them, and what's happened to Sam over those periods,
Yeah.
you can understand why he became
Yeah,
this
I mean,
really hard and gritty character.
I'm just mean like, if they're gonna do another game, I want it to be more like the first three.
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe
that. I do agree with that.
they can bring back the knife from Chaos Sphere if they want, you know. So
That I do believe that they might actually do. Bring back Splinter Cell.
yeah.
What was the other ones?
And then the other one is another Assassin's Creed game. Apparently, could be called Assassin's Creed Dominance.
I didn't play Origins. I don't care about Assassin's Creed games anymore.
What
They just should die.
Watch Dogs 3?
Just die.
Who was asking for that?
I don't know. Just
Um,
ignore.
Delete. Just Dance Ultimate Party Mix.
Delete.
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 Something called Steep Final Descent.
I played the demo of Steep. I wasn't a fan. Ignore.
What is it?
It's a snowboarding game, extreme.
All right,
sports.
fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Forget it. There hasn't been a good one of those for years. The Division 2.
Ignore.
Fuck it. Yeah. Skull and Bones. Apparently, it's called. Sounds like a BMX game or a skateboarding game from that
it's
time.
a pirate game that's meant to take. That's meant to battle against that other
Sea of
Microsoft game.
Thieves, yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to
Right,
battle against that.
right. Fuck it then. Right.
So on to Sony, I believe.
Yeah, Sony. Right. So
Yeah.
this is their list. Okay.
Mhm.
This is where it gets a bit like, like, this is where I think like I think some of these might be made up. Okay.
Okay, good.
So Last of Us 2, Bloodborne 2,
Mhm.
Days Gone, Heavy Rain 2, Children of the Origami Killer,
Mhm.
Spider-Man, Borderlands 3, exclusive PlayStation 4 content trailer for Fortnite, Soul Calibur 6, No Man's Sky, Coalescence, I think it's called. Coalescence, Shenmue 3, Life is Strange, Storm's Calling, Black Ops 4, Tournament of the Ancients, First Blood, Overwatch, DLC kind of thing, I think. World of Warcraft PlayStation 4 edition, Diablo 4 Rapture, Final Fantasy 15 King's Quest DLC reveal, compilation of PlayStation indie games, PlayStation 4 Pro version 2, and they're going to conclude it with Death Stranding, with a live demo featuring Hideo Kojima.
And this is what, like a 3-hour panel?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I don't know how true Bloodborne 2 is, but I can believe that. The ones I think are made up, okay, are the sequel to No Man's Sky, the sequel to Heavy Rain, and World of Warcraft PlayStation 4 edition. Like, it's a bit late to put World of Warcraft in consoles, I think, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what, it's like over a decade old now, you know? So,
fucking hell. Right, okay, so let's ignore those ones. Let's also ignore the console.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's talk about Last of Us 2.
I mean, I get why they're making it, but I felt like the first one was like a good one-shot story, you know?
Very true.
I feel like I love the ending of it as well, so...
I would like to see where it's went and what's happened.
I know there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that do, but I just kind of get the feeling we're going to get the Liar revealed storyline, where she's gonna find out that he was like lying about some of the stuff in the first game, and it's just gonna be like, and they're gonna have a falling out, and that's gonna cause conflict. But then a bigger threat is gonna come up, and they need to team up again, and it's just like it's cheap drama, you know. So
Yeah.
I like the idea that's ambiguous whether or not she really figures it out or not, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what they might actually bring to the game, gameplay wise.
Yeah, yeah.
And the whole like rumor is Joel dead. That's another like nice kind of added on rumor.
Huh.
Because you never really see Joe in the trailer.
Yeah, you don't see the guy's face in it, so
Yeah.
nobody really knows if it's Joe or not. So
So that's a nice aspect of it. I want to see some gameplay footage. If it's there, I want to see some gameplay footage.
yeah.
So Last of Us 2 gameplay footage. That's one thing I want to see.
Yeah, apparently the trailer is going to be focusing on gameplay. So
Okay, so that's good. What was the other one?
Bloodborne 2.
I'm going to say false with that one.
No, I think that could be real because that is a Sony exclusive. So
It is a Sony exclusive, but I think what they might do with that is they tease it. They won't show any like gameplay footage of it.
it says here they're gonna show gameplay of it.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna review it and show gameplay. But to me that actually makes sense because how many like From Software games really have cinematics or anything like that?
Very true.
They are very gameplay focused. Everything's always built in the engine, so it's like I could see them doing like a quick gameplay review of it if it's real. So
Yeah. I think it would be a review. I don't think there'll be anything like gameplay wise. I think it'll be a review, and everybody will go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to be real because I really like the first Bloodborne. So
Yeah, I like the first Bloodborne.
but then the next game is Days Gone. It's called. Is that is that the biker zombie game?
Yeah, I was looking forward to that game. I really, really was. Like the first trailer looked so cool, and then they just went and ruined it with the second trailer.
I've not really seen much of the game, so I can't comment. So,
like, just the way, you know, the Road of Redemption game, the really bad one.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where like you have sex with clothes on.
Oh no! Oh wait, that's Ride to Hell. Ride to Hell.
Ride to Hell. Yeah, that's what it's fucking called. You know that.
I think Road to Redemption is another game. Like
Road to Hell. That's the way I see this game with zombies.
Ride to Hell. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not really something I was interested in, even when people were saying it looked good and all that. So, and then here's another one that I think people think is false: is Heavy Rain 2: Children of the Origami Killer.
That's definitely false.
Because
I'll be surprised if it is.
No,
if it's there.
No, because David Cage's latest game isn't even out yet.
Yeah, that's
it's a bit weird that he'd be like reviewing that. Oh, I have a new game out. You know.
Yeah. Heavy Rain, I don't believe it's true. I'll be surprised if it is.
Was anyone asking for a second Heavy Rain? You know.
No.
And then they're gonna show gameplay of Spider-Man.
Oh, the one thing that I want and the one thing I really, really want in the Spider-Man game is to see the different characters that are in the game. I just don't want to see Spidey. You know how like different Spider-Man games, they never really revealed like other Marvel characters. They revealed some, like in Web of Shadow that had Wolverine and Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Well, in Ultimate Spider-Man, there was like you could race against the Human Torch if you went up to the Baxter Building.
Mm-hmm.
If you in Ultimate Spider-Man, if you climb the Baxter Building, when you get to like the top of it, Human Torch appears and challenges you to a race.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Venom campaign in that game, you fight Wolverine at one point. So there has been a couple of Spider-Man games that cross over with other characters.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It was the Fox owned Marvel characters though, so
Yeah. But I would like to see like the Avengers in this and all the different different villains. You know, I would like to see Scorpion like in like a high tech suit. You know.
yeah.
I would actually love to see Vulture, like the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe Vulture.
Yeah, I think he's the one villain that's been revealed because when they announced the game Homecoming was coming out at the time, so they've
Yeah.
already shown off like footage of the Vulture, and it looks very similar to how he looks in the movie. So
That's good. That I like. Am I a big fan of the costume? Not really. I hope there's different costumes.
it'll be DLC.
Possibly.
Yeah, back in the
Um,
day when you used to get like free extra costumes and all that.
mhm.
Like, and it wasn't Spider-Man the PS1. You could like unlock the symbiote costume and all that.
Yeah.
And it's like now I'm just thinking that'll be like downloadable or something like that, you know. So
So Spider-Man, I'm actually looking forward to because I hope they do this game right. Because all the other Spider-Man games, they didn't really do them that well.
yeah, the only good one when you really think about Spider-Man 2 because of the webbing engine was really good.
Yeah. I mean, the last Spider-Man game that I really enjoyed was Web of Shadows. That was the last. That was the last game I enjoyed.
I enjoyed Ultimate Spider-Man.
Well, that came out before Web of Shadows.
Yeah, like, but that's the one I remember actually. The last one I bought though, you know.
Yeah, I bought.
I
Web of
played
Shadows.
some of the other ones, but I never bought them though. So
The last one I bought was Web of Shadows,
yeah, right.
and I really enjoyed that game.
But after Spider-Man, they want to show off Borderlands 3, and Randy Pitchford's going to present it. So
I don't care about Borderlands anymore.
Oh.
It's technically gun porn.
there'll be people that really want to play it though. I mean, oh god, it'd be so funny if like, imagine if like Bethesda had been like, you know, maybe we should make it our Rage game because Borderlands is taking like a bit of a hiatus, and now right at the exact same time they were announcing both at the same time again, and Bethesda's just like, fuck. Why? Why did we announce a second Rage game when a third Borderlands game was coming out?
I don't know. I'm
But-
not a fan. I mean,
Hey, but if you don't care about Borderlands, though, the next thing they're showing after that is a content trailer for Fortnite. So,
fuck off. I'm not in the mood. I played Fortnite a little bit. Fuck.
it's destroyed PUBG though. So,
That's very true. I'm not a fan of Fortnite. I'm not a fan of PUD. Even though I bought PUBG or whatever it's fucking called, I'm not a fan of it.
yeah. Nah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not gonna. All they're gonna show is that the PS4 is getting exclusive content for it. So,
Right, okay, so let's ignore Fortnite.
the next one's Soul Calibur 6, which that has been announced already. But the reason they're presenting it at Sony's thing is because they're going to announce the console exclusive characters for Sony. And according to this, the exclusive console characters for Sony are going to be Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth.
Really?
I could believe Sephiroth, but
I know,
but it's just
Granite.
no. But it's weird because usually each console gets one exclusive character,
Yeah.
whereas this is announcing three exclusive characters. It's like no, it's either one or none of them. You know, so
Yeah. I know-
Sephiroth makes sense to me. I mean,
True. I mean, it's a Soul Calibur game. I've kind of lost my faith in fighting games. I really have.
I know the new Dragon Ball Z game was really good.
I didn't play it.
Oh, it's really good. So
As I said, I lost my faith in fighting games. I really wanted to play the new Tekken.
oh, the new
but-
Tekken was good, but I ended up trading in. No, so
Um,
no. You know why the new Dragon Ball Z game is good? Because they've taken it back to skill based gameplay. You know,
Oh,
whereas
right, okay.
in like the Budokai games, it was just kind of like pick the strongest character and upgrade him. For instance, in Fighter Z, I could probably beat the entire game as Yamcha.
really?
Yeah, because Yamcha is really good.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, like Yamcha's like really hard to master, but it's such a good payoff though, because he's one of those characters that all his attacks have a delay to them. And some people might think, oh, so he's really slow, but it's like, no, you can actually be like really sneaky and interesting when that's your gameplay style. So for instance, his like heavy attack has a wind up to it where he like does a backflip and then he charges forward. And a lot of people might think like, oh, that's stupid. He needs to like, he does the fucking backflip before he kicks the guy, and it's like, no, do you not realize that's an extra dodge button?
Yeah.
So like that's a quick dodge basically. Like, even if you don't hit the guy, if the guy like charges at you and like goes in for like an upper attack, and you've like done a backflip and charged forward, you have dodged it. So yeah, like they've made it really interesting. But Soul Calibur's fun, but it is kind of like just mash the buttons basically, you know, the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Soul Calibur, as I said, I'm not a fan of fighting games anymore.
I did love Soul Calibur 2 though. Soul Calibur 2 is brilliant. So
I can't remember it.
That's the one where Xbox's exclusive character was Spawn.
Really?
Yeah, do you not remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was
really.
It was yeah, because GameCube got Link from Legend of Zelda. PlayStation 2 got Heihachi from Tekken, and it was like, okay, those two make sense. It's like, you kind of think, wait, who the fuck is Microsoft going to get? They got fucking Spawn. It's like, could they really not think of anything? Like, they had to ask Todd McFarlane if they could use Spawn. Like,
fuck's sake. Like, let's move on to the next game, and because we're way over time, we're almost at 2 hours.
Well, let's just talk about interesting ones actually. So that would be Shenmue 3 basically is the interesting one.
I didn't play the first two.
Nah, neither did I. Apparently they're releasing remastered versions of them though, before the third one comes out.
Alright, okay.
So you might get a chance to play them.
I don't know. I mean, I might, if we get the chance, I'll play them. If it's not over expensive or anything like that, because I really don't want to. I don't really want to get in buy the third one if I'm not going to play the other two.
Of course.
Because that's one thing I hate is like joining into a game, and then not having a clue what happened previously.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe I heard good things about the games, and do I believe it will show the third one after like the big build up of it? Possibly, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know much about the story of it or the other two games.
I mean,
do you know the story of it? Because I don't.
It's like you're this guy and you're Japanese and your dad gets murdered by this other guy who's Chinese,
Right.
and but you can't beat him, and so it's about you trying to like figure out answers in your small town or something like that. And apparently had a really good like daytime, nighttime mechanic and all that, and you had to actually, you know, like figure out what to do at certain times of the day and stuff. And it was all about just tracking down this guy.
All right. Okay.
And so I believe the second one is you chase him back to China, and so the second one takes place in China. And I think the reason people have always wanted Shenmue 3 is because there was still at the end of Shenmue 2, you still don't get revenge on the guy. So the idea behind Shenmue 3 is to conclude it that this is like him getting his revenge or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I've never played Shenmue. It sounds like it was interesting for the time. I don't know how much it would really hold up though, from what I've heard about it. Sounds like a game that had these really cool new ideas, but I think all those ideas have been done in other places a lot better now. Like I think Dead Rising, like that has like the time mechanic where you've got to figure out to do certain stuff and all that. But I think Dead Rising explains that mechanic a lot better than Shenmue did, because what I've seen of like Shenmue, I'm just like, what? How is it one of these things that you have limited days, or is it one of these and you need to play the game multiple times or something, or is it one of these things where like you do have an idea of like what's going on, but you know you still you've got to, but like the same thing happens every single day, if you know what I mean. So until you figure it all out, but I don't know.
What was the next game after this?
The next ones are the Life is Strange sequel, I think. Black Ops 4 Tournament of the Ancients First Blood, it's called apparently.
Okay.
Oh wait! I think this is yeah, and then apparently some kind of Overwatch thing, and then World of Warcraft PlayStation 4 edition, and then Diablo 4 Rapture, it's called.
Right. Okay. So that's quick. What was the first one again? Quickly talk about that.
Life is Strange, or
No, not Life is Strange. I didn't play the all
right.
I didn't really.
Oh,
interest me.
the Tournament of the Ancients thing, or
wasn't it Black Ops 4? Did you say?
oh yeah, but do you really care about Black Ops 4 though? I mean,
right. I'm not going to talk into detail about this. What I want to say about this is Activision. Is it Activision that's making it?
Yeah, they're publishing it, and Treyarch is developing it. So
Treyarch, Activision, what you've done. I mean, I understand that a lot of people buy Call of Duty for its multiplayer. I understand that, but getting rid of the campaign to put in a battle royale system.
Have you actually heard the thing about the campaign? The rumor behind it?
No.
Is that because they were demanding a battle royale thing in it? Mm-hmm. Apparently, Treyarch had a campaign halfway finished.
Right.
But then Activision threw in front of them, you have to add a battle royale mode into it, and so they had to scrap the campaign. But they're now presenting it like, oh, we never planned a campaign. But in actuality, they did plan a campaign, but they had to abandon it so they can meet the deadlines with the battle royale modes, because the Activision were really like, we really want this fucking battle royale mode, you know?
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you're getting rid of campaign just to add battle royale mode, right? Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing that's going to really probably piss off a lot of Call of Duty fans. Okay. A battle royale mode. To me, a battle royale mode means dropping in no guns, no skills, no nothing. But the way I get this game is when you drop in, you pick up whatever guns you find, but there's also fucking helicopters. Really? Helicopters. Fucking helicopters in a battle royale mode. I understand like trucks and like cars and stuff like that because you have to get through a massive map quickly. But fucking helicopters. Helicopters. Right, okay, that's enough.
And then the helicopter turns out to be a transformer. So.
Fucking hell.
I mean, right. Hopefully. So.
Right, let's stop talking about this game because, and that's what was the next one after this?
The next one after that was Tournament of the Ancients First Blood. It's called.
I don't know what that
Apparently, is. Activision's making it, so.
Then fuck off. I'm done.
It's probably a battle royale game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was after that?
Another thing, an Overwatch thing called Overwatch Talon's Fury.
I'm bored with Overwatch. I played it a couple of times, didn't like it.
And then after that is World of Warcraft PlayStation 4 edition.
Not happening.
And then after that's Diablo 4 Rapture, it's called.
I don't think so.
And then they're going to conclude the show with Death Stranding.
They will do that. I believe they will do that.
Yeah, and we're going to see a cinematic trailer, gameplay trailer, and a live demo presented by Hideo Kojima himself.
Good. Do you think it will confuse everybody more?
In what sense?
Well, look at Death Stranding and the trailers that they've brung out, and do you think it makes sense? Cause
well, no, of course it doesn't make any sense because it's just a bunch of World War II-esque imagery combined with Kojima's weird kind of like neo sci-fi kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
I hope it kind of explains the story.
I just want to see what the gameplay is going to be. Is it going to be like Metal Gear, or is it going to be like something we've never seen before? You know, so
I think they will be. I think there'll be a lot of stealth aspects in this game.
Right.
Taking it from the last trailer and how like the characters are acting with like the shadow things.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there might be uh, a lot of stealth aspects in this game.
Right.
But that's what I think anyway. Um, I don't know. I'm not going to say much about Death Stranding because I'm already confused with the game. I don't know
Mhm.
what's happening in it. Uh, and I look forward to seeing more about the story and more in the gameplay because I'm a big Kojima fan. Even though he confuses the living crap out of me and he's a big tease,
Yeah, of
I,
course.
lo-
Yeah.
I love the guy. The guy's awesome. He makes good games.
Yeah, it's clearly Konami didn't realize what they had there, which is weird considering he worked for that company pretty much at the beginning, since the beginning of his own career. So
Exactly. I mean, are you looking forward to it?
yeah, of course. I'm gonna probably pick up day one, honestly, if I have the money. So
Yeah, yeah, I'll pick up day one definitely, even if I don't have the money. I'll find the money somehow. Um, but yeah, so after Sony, it's going to be Nintendo, isn't it?
yeah, I believe so, but there's no leaks for Nintendo though. So
Right. Okay. So let's. I guess we should end it there. So that's that. Seeing as we've talked about the leaks and the predictions and the rumors so far, um, what games are you looking forward to the most about E3?
um, I honestly don't know. I mean,
Really?
E3 gets less exciting every year, in my opinion. It used to be
Yeah.
E3 was in its prime around the time when PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii were getting announced
Mhm.
because it was like that was when they were really pushing the graphics and all that,
Mhm.
and they were trying to make their presentations more flashy, and there was a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes and stuff,
Mm.
and it created all these memes and stuff. And whereas now it's also high polished and all that, it's very controlled. But I also remember at those old E3s, they always each company would reserve something for the very end. And it was always
Yeah.
something that it wasn't leaked. They had never announced it. They never even gave any hints they were going to talk about it. And it was like, holy shit, this is like happening right now. Best example of that is when it was the last year for the GameCube. They hadn't announced the Wii yet,
Mhm.
and Reggie presented the presentation for all the stuff that was coming out for GameCube for the next year, and he got a lot of praise for it, saying like, "Oh my god, this is the shot in the arm the GameCube needed and all that." And he was really building up the GameCube and making it exciting and all that. And then he ended the presentation by saying, "Oh, just don't go just yet, because I want to show you one last world for Nintendo GameCube." And then they showed the trailer for Twilight Princess. Nobody had any idea that game was being made,
Mm.
and they showed the trailer, and it's such a good trailer. If you ever want chills, look up the E3 reaction to the Twilight Princess trailer. It's such a good trailer because it's like it shows off like the alpha gameplay and all that, but it's all to the music of the Riders of Doom from Conan the Barbarian, and it just looks absolutely amazing. The crowd's going fucking nuts, and it's showing all like the horse gameplay and all that. And then it ends with Link in like the pose with the sword and the shield, and then the video footage it like fades out, and it shows Shigeru Miyamoto standing there in the exact same pose with the sword and the shield, and he's now on stage and he's now talking to the game. It's like, oh my god, that's how you end a presentation. Whereas now it just kind of feels like I think Microsoft, they're just gonna be like ending their presentation just like, oh, just here's a last thing about this game you already knew about.
Yeah.
Um,
Very true.
and so like it's one of these things. I'm looking forward to new games, but I don't know how like I'm looking forward to them being announced because they used to do it in such a big epic way. Now they just don't. It's weird. Nintendo were the ones that started that whole thing of like end all your presentations on a really good high note, and then they're the ones that completely killed it off.
Very true.
Because I remember when they announced the Wii U,
Mm-hmm.
and people were wondering about what was coming out for the Wii U, and everyone kept thinking at the end, right? At the end, they're going to announce something Zelda related. They're going to do what they did with Twilight Princess, and we're going to see a Zelda trailer for the Wii U, and then we're all going to run out and get a Wii U for Zelda. And Reggie's standing there, and he's like, "All right, thank you for coming for the presentation, all that." And he was like, "Right, here it comes. He's going to say something cool. He's going to say like, I want to put you in one last world for the Wii U and all that." And then he just pointed at the big screen and said, "Now look at what fireworks look like in Nintendo Land." That's what they did. They showed you the parade from Nintendo Land, and it's like, it wasn't even like Nintendo Land hadn't been announced, and that was them showing off. It's the Nintendo Land. That was what they opened the show with, and then they closed the show with it. But all they showed you was the little parade that happens when you leave the game idle.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fucking stupid. So,
but do you think it's going to be disappointing?
I mean, it depends on your definition of a disappointment. So,
I think Microsoft will be disappointing. Ubisoft will be quite disappointing. And I think EA is going to be disappointing.
Right.
But I think Sony will do really, really good because
Death Stranding will be good. So
I think Death Stranding is going to be the game that's going to take everybody by surprise.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to show gameplay footage, then it's definitely going to take everybody by surprise.
Yeah.
Because everybody's still waiting for it. Everybody really wants to know what it's going to be like. Because no one has a clue at all what it's going to be like, or how it's going to play, or what even the story is going to be. But it'd be but once they show gameplay footage of it and everything, then everybody's just going to go mental. I think that's how it's going to end E3. Like that's just like, woo, E3's done, Sony's finished, let's go home.
Yeah, pretty much. I completely agree.
Yeah, because like once that's over with, that's in my personal opinion, that's me through watching it. Because even though I grew up with Nintendo, I've kind of given up on Nintendo. Whatever I see.
No, I think the Wii U is killing it. You know, so.
Yeah. So whatever.
Wait, did I say the Wii? I meant the Switch. The Switch is killing it right now. So.
So whatever I see, well, whatever happens with Nintendo, I'll see later on, like through IGN or something. But I won't watch that show, the actual panel of Nintendo because it doesn't really interest me at all. So yeah, the ones I'm looking forward to, the panels I'm looking forward to are, Bethesda and Sony. Those are the ones I'm looking
I'm mainly just looking forward to Sony, just to see more of Death Stranding. I'll probably skip the entire thing just to get and skip to Death Stranding. So
yeah. Oh, and Square Enix. Mainly for the fact that I really want to see what they do with Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Because they need to do something because it's been 3 years since it's been announced. And
yeah, something like that.
At all. And there's been nothing since then. So I want to see if it does. If they don't, then I'll be severely disappointed in Square Enix, and I'll just be like, "Yep, you're done. Bye-bye." I'm not even paying attention to Final Fantasy VII anymore. But yeah, after that, I'll be done. You know?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So let's end it there because we're already... Oh, fuck, we're actually at the 2 hour mark.
Oh, excellent. So...
Thank you, Daniel, for making my life hell. I'm going to have to sit for, 4 hours of rendering because of this.
It's what I do, so.
Yeah. But let's end it there. And we'll do our little intro saying thank you for listening to this, and please go like and share and subscribe, and look forward to our next episode of Against the Grain.
Which will probably come out in 7 years' time, or when hell freezes over, whatever comes first, really. So
Yeah, we don't really have a schedule thing, but we're hoping we'll do a schedule.
we'll do what we can, So
Yeah.
for the two of you listening out there, so
Yeah. Yeah, you
So-
two start sharing it with people and tell other people to share and everything, But again, thank you for listening and actually taking the time to listen to us ramble on about E3. And if you're looking forward to it, go look forward to it. If we've pissed you off, then good.
it's good. We're glad you're angry. Glad we've made you dead inside,